start again. It's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? This is Tasha. Thank you so much for stopping into my channel. We are here for this new show that OWN has given us, that has already shown us in episode 1 is a complete mess. The Never Ever Mets, okay? Still despise the name of that show. Who gave that title the green light? Because it let's move on because I hate it. But thank you so much for stopping in. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, thanks for stopping in again. Y'all, please do not forget to hit the thumbs up button as you are watching. Comment in the comment section below. And if that little subscribe button is not already clicked, click it for you, girl. Okay, I appreciate y'all. But we are back to review this show, y'all. Season 1, episode 1. From the looks of the first episode, they probably don't need another season. So this may be a one and done show, okay? It just may be one and done. Right off the bat, y'all, the two issues I have with this show is, number one, they don't give us a clear-cut reason for all the couples as to why it has been months or years since they've been dating, but they have never met in person. And number two, the house setup. Why is the girls' room set up like we at summer camp? We're not here to make friends with the girls. We are here to meet with your guy, to see if y'all relationship can survive in the real world. So therefore, give each couple their own room. That when they walked in that room and I saw 7 beds, I was like, this just don't make no sense. This don't make no sense, y'all. But I digress. Let's jump into the episode. I apologize for my voice. Allergies, the pollen outside is ready to fight everybody as soon as you walk out the door. So here we are, okay? But they go ahead, give us a little bit more of the premise of the show. Y'all know what it is. These people have been dating virtually, but they have not met in person yet. They let us know that they will have relationship experts throughout the show. They'll have family and friends coming to visit. So this should be very interesting. And hopefully these experts are experting. It's not like some of these other reality shows that it just don't be giving, okay? But I'm going to try to make as most sense as I can from this first episode. I felt like it was really all over the place with kind of introducing people and then showing them at the house and then showing us a couple and introducing us to some more people, giving us ages here and there. I just felt like it was a hodgepodge of things going on. So I'm going to try my best to bring it all together for us. Okay, y'all? So the first ones we see on our screen, again, I will give you guys pictures until we get used to seeing them, is Josh and Shay. They met on Facebook. This is the couple that have been dating for 12 years. We find out that Josh is 32 and Shay is 30 years old. So y'all whole 20s, y'all dated and have not met each other face to face. Okay, and then we have Joanna and Aaron. You know, they've been talking for 9 months. They met on social media. The girls start to arrive to the house, as we see in the first episode. Shay and Joanna, who likes to be called Jody, are the first to get to the house, and they meet each other. And then Sienna comes in, and she's 43. So then she shows up next, and she is dating Brandon, who is 35. She says that Brandon has small children, which has prevented them from meeting. So there's never no babysitter. They don't ever go to the other parent. They don't have grandparents, aunt, uncles, cousins, godparents. Nobody that can watch them for a couple days for y'all to meet each other. But yet he got time for somebody to watch them to come to the show. Okay. We see Shay, Jody, and Sienna. They sit down. They are both completely shocked when Shay is like, yeah, we've been dating for 12 years. They like, I thought I was bad, but 12 years, girl, no, ma'am, I cannot do it. And I think every woman in America can agree that 12 years is a bit excessive. Okay. So next, Sandia shows up. Sandia is dating Chris. Sandia is 27. Chris is 34. She lets us know that Chris loves to flirt and go to strip clubs, and that might be a challenge. We'll talk about them later on, okay? The next woman that shows up is Alexis, who is dating Dominique. And then we finally see Diamond, who is 44, and she is dating Aaron H., who is 51, because there are 2 Aarons in the house. The last woman that shows up is Millie, who is 32, and she's been talking to Greg, who is 31, for 3 years on social media. We then see Taronda, who is the host of this show. She shows up outside, she greets the ladies and tells them that she will be directing them through this situation of them living in this house for the next several weeks. She tells them that all of the men are actually out planning a great first date for the women. So that's why we don't see any of the men at the house. So she tells the ladies, go ahead, go, freshen up, put on your Sunday's best, child, and go get ready to meet your man on this date. Okay. So Millie, she's dressed cute. She's the first one that's headed out on her date. But back at the house, we then have the other girls there getting ready. Shay says that she wants to get married and tells the girl that she really wants to have a complete home with him, but she can only trust him a little bit. After 12 years, girl, you can still only trust him a little bit. So she's talking. Diamond is at the table. She's asking everybody questions. I said, so Diamond is going to be the one to get the party started. She is going to be the one that's going to be in everybody's business, but I don't know how much of her own business she's going to be ready to tell. But as far as getting into the other girl's mess, she was here for it. And she also was not here for being in this dorm room style bedroom with other girls. And that I could not blame her for at all, because I was not feeling that either. So we see that the first couple that goes and meet and goes on their date is Brandon and Sienna. So he has planned them to go to a cooking class for their first date. For them, they've dated 10 months. So it's really time to see if their physical connection is as good as their online and virtual connection. Sienna walks in. She starts giggling in this high-pitched voice. Brandon comes up to her, hugs her, brings her flowers. He said that he loves how she looked. Again, she continues to squeal like a little girl. And I'm like, is this a good squeal or a bad squeal? I don't know how she's feeling about him, okay? But she says she would like to grow into a romantic relationship with him, but they will have to see how things goes. And I get it because they haven't met in person, but also at 10 months, like you should feel some type of physical and emotional connection to make you be like, oh, yes, I want to be romantic with this person. At 10 months, you don't know if you have any romantic connection. I don't see it for them. I don't know why, y'all, but I don't. So Dominic and Alexis are up next. He planned a workout date. Let me say he planned a workout date for them, okay? She walked in, thought he was fine as hell. And I said, where? But that's your business. He said he thought she was attractive, but it really ain't hitting for him. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror, sir? But he says, the proportions just really ain't how he thought it would be. So I'm like, I'm confused as to what he expected. I mean, if you've seen her virtually, you know what her body looks like. But I mean, she has boobs, she has a small waist, she has a big butt, pretty much like every other girl you see on Instagram. So what other proportions were you looking for exactly, sir? Because anyway, they get down on the yoga mat that he has down. He pretends to be a yoga instructor. He's bending her over to stretch her. He gets behind her. And of course, it's then getting, sexual at this point. She's like, yeah, we could probably do this, later. Like she's really feeling him. And lo and behold, in his confessional, he's not really feeling her. But then he has the nerve to say, Vegas is right up the street, as if he's feeling her that much to go and get married. And men, this is why sometimes we got a problem with trust, because what he's telling us behind the scenes and what he's telling her in front of her face and the actions he's doing don't match up. Okay. So next up is Greg and Millie. These are the people that live in the same city and been dating for 3 years. He says the thing that has stopped him from meeting her is that he didn't want to F this up. I'm going to need a better reason than that, sir, because that's not going to fly. You didn't want to F it up, and it's because of basically your own insecurities. But he says she loves birds. We see him with this almost life-size penguin. He's also at this, I guess, little lake or whatever, and it has swan-themed paddle boats. So that's going to be their date. And she lets us know that it's been 3 years and she really wants to see if she can see a serious side to him, because she always sees this playful, funny side of him, but she wants to be sure that he can be, get deep and be serious when needs to be. Again, 3 years and you haven't seen a serious side to this man. And all of a sudden, because you meet in person, you think it's going to emerge. Oh gosh. So back over to Dominique and Alexis. He tells her that the plan is to basically just leave not pregnant. Y'all, this man is so unserious. I just get the vibe that he just really don't like her and he's here just to smash. He has strung on a relationship with her just to smash. I'm sorry, that's what I'm convinced. He says they are exclusive, but she gets really jealous and she don't really want him talking or looking at nobody. Back over to Greg and Millie. She loves the date. She loves the life-size penguin that he got her. And she says she feels really good about their first date. Back over with Brandon and Sienna. They have now finished cooking and they are eating. And this nervous laugh or squeal that she's been doing the whole time, she's just continuing to do that. So I'm still confused as to if Sienna really is digging Brandon or not at this moment. So next up for the date, we see Josh and Shay. They are meeting for the first time. And I'm like, finally, 12 years of suspense is coming to an end. They meet. They immediately start kissing. But Shay, girl, what do you got on for this date? This is the definition of doing too much. What do you got on for this date at the pier, carnival, wherever we at? This date is giving, we going to a speakeasy and we gonna find the darkest corner to get it popping. It is not giving, let's ride rides and get cotton candy, ma'am. Oh gosh, girl. Okay. Chris and Sandia are next up for their date. He tells us that the sexual tension between them is on 1,000 and they have definitely been sexting. She gets out the car. That actually ended up wearing the same color without planning it, which was a little cute. He said that she looks exactly how she looked over the phone. He said that he has planned this dream date that she has talked about, but we don't yet find out what this dream date actually entails besides them eating right now. So Aaron J and Joanna are next up. And then child, Aaron is already on my bad side because of this haircut and these dangly earrings, y'all. I cannot stand a man that wears no dangly earrings. And in the confessional, he had two. At the date, he had just one. And I was like, I can't. I would have immediately turned around and walked away. The date is over. You got this tight shirt, you got this haircut, you got this dangly earring. No, thank you, sir. I don't want it. He knows that she likes to dance, so he planned a little salsa dance for her because he wants to show off, but he looked like he needed a little bit more practice because he just couldn't get it right, y'all. But all I'm going to say is it looks like Aaron might want to go play for the other team. I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. I'm going to leave it. If you know, you know. Let me know if you picked up on those same vibes, okay? Back over to Jay and Shosh. They are on the Ferris wheel. He tells us that he has 2 kids. They are 13 and 3. And again, that's the reason why he has not been to Miami, because he can't be too far away from the kids. But you can come here yet again. All right. So Aaron and Jody, they're on their date. They're about to have a glass of wine, but he cannot open the bottle because he does not drink. Sir, why didn't you get a little screw off cap if you're trying to be cute and romantic for this date? Or why didn't you practice and already have the bottle open before she got there? But she's in her confessional. She's like, I kind of really felt like this date was just for me, not really for us. But she says to him at the date was nice. She gets into confessional and lets us know the date was really like a 6 out of 10. Girl, just be honest and tell the man, next time do better, because this ain't it. Back over to Chris and Sandia. At this point, they are having the best date out of all the couples. She has obviously talked about wanting to go on a helicopter ride, and that's what he has surprised her with, a helicopter ride. And she absolutely loved it. She said she was excited, but Sandia's her expressions or her voice doesn't really fluctuate and elevate to show that she's really excited. She's just like, oh wow, I'm excited. But doesn't really show it, but she says she is, okay, y'all. Next up, we go on the date with Aaron and Diamond. He says that talking to her is like talking to a best friend. Child, these outfits, yet again, none of these outfits on these dates is giving really first date. Probably Sandia and Chris were the one couple that got it right, but everybody else, Lord Jesus. Aaron says that he is a lover of BBWs. So Diamond is just his type. And when she showed up, they definitely went in for the kiss. But child, Diamond had other plans. She jumped right in and she was like, why would you go on Facebook and show the ring that you were supposed to propose to another woman with? Again, I done told y'all from the meeting with the girls, Diamond is ready to come in and get the party started, okay? And she was not only ready to get the party started with the girls, she was ready to get the party started with her guy, okay? But she tells us it was 2 years ago. He says he needed, but she says she needed closure before she can move on. And I'm like, 2 years, the length of time was not enough for y'all to get closure or whatever the situation was. But he says he had kind of really given up on them because it seemed like it was really never going to happen. So I guess he was ready to move on and propose to somebody else. Y'all, this is weird. But y'all was still dating. But you was ready to propose to somebody else. I really need OWN in this show to do a better job of giving us backstories and not just jumping into these first dates, because we need the stuff to make a little bit more sense before we start going on first dates, at least for us, the audience. I know the people that's in the show know, but for the audience, we need the background story a little bit better than this. So the couple all make their way back to the house. They are meeting each other. Josh and Shay, they find a bedroom to be alone. She even wants to, join him in the shower for some more alone time, okay? Aaron, Jay, and Alexis are talking, and she tells him that all the females have made her feel comfortable. Aaron tells her that, yeah, they start talking about being, a morning person, and he's like, yo, I'm really not unless I'm, writing or I'm rapping or something, and he tells her that he raps. He does a rap for her, red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish, and then her man starts to get a little bit jealous, Dominique. Okay. Chris and Sandia, they finally make it back to the house. And then also everyone finally meets Diamond and Aaron as well. The guys then all get together and they are talking. Now, while Chris and Sandia was on their date, he's being the perfect gentleman. He's giving her the date that she's asked for. He's being sweet. He's being very attentive. And then he gets with the guys and he's like, so, yo, I really give women about 2, 3, great nights. And then I leave for a week. Sandia is within earshot in the kitchen of them talking. He says he talks to a lot of girls. He flirts with a lot of girls. He gets a lot of girls. Again, Sandia is within earshot of this man talking. And then he sees her and he asks, can you go? Can you go? What in the bipolar split personalities have happened with this man? He completely switched up and became a different person in front of the guys than he was with her. And Sandia, it's only been 3 months for you, baby girl. That should have been I would have gone to the room and said, you know what? I'm going to go back home and pack my things because this right here, we not doing this. So then all of them are in the kitchen, kind of just hanging out. Alexis brings up the hoochie daddy shorts that Brandon has on. Dominique starts getting upset, thinking she is flirting with other guys right in front of him. I don't think she was flirting, but I definitely think she went in on these hoochie daddy shorts more than she needed to go in. Like, girl, you could have mentioned it one time and then just moved on. But she kind of kept going and going. So I could understand how he could be annoyed, but getting this upset, y'all, because they show us it is now 2:00 in the morning. Dominique and Alexis are having a discussion, and he tells her that he was upset about her in the hoochie daddy comments. Shay and Josh are there just being lovey-dovey, but also in their business. He says, you know, what would happen if it was another woman and I was saying she got a fat ass? And I was like, sir, that's not really equivalent to her saying hoochie daddy shorts. But if this is the battle y'all want to fight at this time at 2:00 in the morning, okay. So as they're having this argument, y'all, it's like they're fussing and laughing at the same time. It's really hard to determine, are y'all serious? Are y'all playing? What's really going on with this discussion? But then this man goes from hugging her with kind of his arms wrapped around her like this to pushing her. And then she's fussing back at him. He's literally getting chest to chest with her in her face as if he is ready to fight her. And then he kind of puts his hand on her neck and like pushes her away and is getting very aggressive with her. Y'all, did OWN just really share a domestic violence situation with us on this TV? Did OWN really just do this? Y'all should have, when the moment y'all saw it was starting to become abusive, yes, abusive on both of their parts, the camera should have went to black, and y'all should have put the disclaimer of we don't promote violence. If you feel like you are in an unsafe situation, blah, blah, blah. Y'all should have put that on the screen instead of airing this to us, and they should have immediately been separated and they should have gone home. This is already putting a very bad taste in my mouth of this show because this was not okay. This was not okay in the least to show on TV. But y'all, that's how the first episode ended. Please drop that in the comments below and let me know how y'all felt. But we will be back here next week yet again to see how episode 2 goes. And I hope it's just a little bit more organization and a little bit less chaos in episode 2. Okay? Drop down in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time. Peace.